Join Kids Hut family.
Tia, I have good news.
Really? What is it, Tofu? Tell me quickly.
I have the option to become a part of either of the teams. Both teams want me for the next week's match.
That's wonderful. So, what have you decided?
I haven't decided as yet, Tia. I'm thinking I should see which of the two teams does better in the next few games. Then I will join the winning team.
That's not the right approach, Tofu. It shows you to be cunning and disloyal.
Why?
Well, let me tell you the story of the bat, the beast, and the birds. The bat, the beasts, and the birds. Once upon a time, in a dark jungle, there broke a dangerous fight between the beasts and the birds.
We will not tolerate the beasts anymore. They feed on us, make preys out of our children, and behave as if they are the rulers of the jungle.
Yes, we agree with you, our leader.
But we need more support from other birds. Currently, we are losing. We must reach out to every bird in the jungle to join our army. We shall find strength in numbers. What do you say, Minister?
Everybody has agreed. We just need to ask the bats now. I am sure the bats will help us win.
Very well then. Invite the leader to our court.
The bat leader was invited to the court of the leader of the birds.
Bat, we are in a war against the beasts. Why don't you join us?
The bat leader wasn't sure that it wanted to join an army that was losing.
I am honored by your offer, but I am afraid I cannot join you. I am, after all, a beast.
A few days passed. The beasts started losing.
We need to grow our army, otherwise the birds will defeat us. They drink from our lakes, live in our trees, yet they behave as though they have more rights on the jungle than us. Minister, who can help us win? My leader, the only ones who have not joined the fight as yet are the bats. We could ask them to join us. Very well. Invite the bat leader to our court.
And so the bat leader was invited to the beast's court.
Bat, the war between the bird and the beasts of the forest is at its peak now. Whoever wins this last battle shall win the war and rule over the jungle. Why don't you join us and help us win? You too will rule the jungle along with us.
But the bat was once again unsure that it wanted to join the losing side with the beasts.
I am honored by your offer, but I cannot join you as I am a bird.
Just before the final battle was to take place, both the bird and the beast leaders met. They were both upset by the losses their armies were suffering and decided to make peace with one another. The war was called off.
We will not fight anymore.
Yes, we will live in peace now.
The whole jungle celebrated the new peace in the land. When the bat leader heard of this development, he went to the birds and asked to be a part of the celebration. But the bird leader remembered how the bat leader had refused to help the birds during the war and turned him and his kind away. No bird would even talk to them now. The bat leader knew that if he took his people to the beasts, they would simply tear them apart. And so he did not approach them. Hence, he and his entire kind lived in isolation without any friends in the jungle.
Oh, I don't want to be alone, Tia.
In that case, Tofu, you should not behave cunningly like the bat leader, and you should inform the team that you want to join right away.
Yes, Tia, I will do that right away. Thank you, Tia, for making me understand this.
Isn't that John and his older brother?
Yes, that's them.
Look at that. He is really troubling his brother.
Oh, I think John is in big trouble. I'm sure his brother is going to give him a big scolding.
I don't think so.
Why not? Didn't you see how he was troubling his brother? There is no way he's going to stop unless his brother scolds him.
Don't decide on that till you've heard the story of the wind and the sun. A long time ago, the wind and the sun were just talking when the wind said something strange to the sun. You do know that I am more powerful than you, don't you?
Don't be arrogant, my friend.
But the wind got offended. I am not being arrogant, I am being truthful. If you don't believe me, let's have a competition right now. The sun did not want to compete with his friend, but the wind left him with no choice.
Reluctantly, he agreed. Okay, my friend. Let's have a competition.
Just then, a young man was walking on the road below them. He was wearing a beautiful scarf and a handsome coat. See that man below? Whoever can get the scarf and the coat off him wins.
Okay, Wind, you go ahead first.
And so the wind blew at the man. The man's scarf moved a bit and his coat front flapped a little. I was just beginning. I will show the man some more of my power now. Now the wind blew a little more strongly. The man's scarf and coat front started flapping more in the wind. The wind grew fiercer and blew more wildly at him. The man's scarf almost left him, but he caught it and tied it around his neck properly. The wind blew at the man with all his power and anger, but it only made the man wrap his scarf and coat around him more tightly. He started feeling so cold with the wind blowing at him that he wrapped his arms around his legs and sat down by the road. The wind failed to get his scarf and coat off. I have still not lost. If my power and anger couldn't do the job, you surely won't be able to do it either.
Let us see. I think you have frozen the poor man. Maybe he could use some warmth.
And so the sun gently smiled a bit at the man. Immediately, the man started feeling better. He straightened up and the color returned to his cheeks. He got up and started walking his way again. Is that it? Is that all you will do? Smile at him? The sun ignored his friend and smiled at the man a little bit more. The man became more comfortable and walked his way faster.
Watch what happens now.
Now the sun gave the man an even bigger smile. As the sun's smile grew bigger, the man started feeling warmer and warmer. Finally, he could take it no more and started sweating. He slowly took his scarf off. Oh no! At last, the sun's warmth became so much for the man that he took off his coat and flung it aside. The sun had won the competition. I am sorry. I underestimated the effect of gentleness. I thought only power could make things happen in the world, but I was wrong.
Oh, don't worry, my friend. Why don't you blow at him gently so his sweat can vanish?
The wind did so while the sun continued to smile at him lightly. The man went on his way enjoying a pleasant day.
Wow, Tia, that's a wonderful way to be with people.
Yes, there are better ways of changing things than a show of anger and power.
I'm so glad you are my elder sister, Tia. If ever I do something wrong, I know you will correct me without scolding me.
Well, looks like John also has a great brother. See, he's no longer troubling his brother. Hey Tofu, wasn't that your friend Joe?
Yes, it was.
Why didn't you invite him in?
He wanted to have a quick word. He was getting late.
Is everything okay?
I think so. Jim, he and I are working on a school project together. Our grades depend on it. But Jim and he are convinced that other students are also working on the same topic. They want to work on a new topic.
If your grades depend on it, you should listen to what they are saying.
But dear, I think they are just panicking. I don't think our grades will get affected much by a common topic.
Is there a chance of it happening though?
Yes, there is.
Okay, let me tell you the tale of the 3 fish, and then you can decide upon what to do. The Tale of 3 Fish. Once upon a time, there was a serene lake full of different kinds of fish. One day, a few fishermen stopped by the lake. Brothers, look at this lake. It is so big and clean. It has so many different kinds of fish too. Yes, I agree. Look at those big fish there. And because the lake is so clean, I am sure the fish are healthy too. We never fish in this lake, but I think we should begin now. Yes, it is late today to throw the net. Let us come back early tomorrow morning and fish here. When the fishermen were discussing their plan, there were 3 fish that were swimming close to the surface of the lake. They overheard the entire conversation. They collected all the other fish in the lake and told them what they had heard.
The fishermen are going to come tomorrow and throw their nets to catch us all. I am going to leave this lake with my family tonight itself.
Yes, I am also not going to stay here. I will also leave the lake with my family. We will find a new, safer home.
Look at you two, talking like cowards. Our forefathers came here to this lake and made it a home. Many generations before us have lived here. How can you even think of abandoning our home like this? Listen to us, brother. Those fishermen will come tomorrow and kill everyone. Our scriptures say that when it is time for our death, there is nothing we can do about it. We cannot escape it. So let us stay in our home and face our death bravely.
Soon the fish were divided into 2 groups. Some of them agreed to leave, and some decided to continue living in the lake. The ones who had decided to stay laughed at the ones who were leaving, but those who had decided to leave paid no heed to their mockery and started leaving the lake through a small outlet.
Let them go, brothers. Soon they will regret leaving their home.
But it was not so. When morning came, the fishermen came back as planned.
They cast their net onto the lake. They caught every single fish that had stayed back. None was spared, and the fishermen went back home happy to have found a lake full of so many fish. The only thing that the dying fish felt was regret for not having left the lake. The fish had a warning of danger, yet some of them decided to stay back. That's what got them into trouble. Yes. Don't you think you too have a warning of danger ahead? Oh, you are right, Tia. I am going to tell Jim and Joe that we should change the topic for our project. Thanks, Tia. For your favorite rhymes, stories, and more, join Kids Hat family. Subscribe here.